Hadenfeldt out of Des Moines, Iowa, the University of Nebraska. First team All Big 12, first team All-American, Cornhusker, best career average, 43.8 yards.
The only problem Dan has is at Nebraska he doesn't get to punt a lot.
That's right.
I mean, they remove first downs and scoring, but he's a great punting prospect.
72 yards
Told you.
long. And he will kick it and will bound down out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, where Team Florida will take over for the first time. And as you said, the punt by Hadenfeldt. Kenny Clark will take it about his own 42, and he is smothered under. .43-yard punt by the Nebraska Cornhusker. Back.
And the release of the football, and that time Kenner is still getting used to the drop and reading defenses.
Absolutely right.
Hadenfeldt to punt. Kenny Clark. And a very high, wobbly punt. Clark will call for the fair catch at about the 36-yard line.
Tackles.
Well, whenever you have a guy who leads the team in tackles, as you mentioned, he gets all the work. In a game like this, it will stand out because he's making more plays than anyone else in the secondary.
Exactly.
Another high, towering punt by Hadenfeldt. Clark will take it at his own 10-yard line. Back pedals to about the... On the pitch, Correll Buckhalter. And he's out to the 27-yard line. Buckhalter out of Nebraska. First quarter is in the books from the 76th, east side the 30, down to the 27-yard line. They like the way he runs, the scouts do, but they've been impressed by his hands this week.
Roger Craig.
All right. Nebraska.
About 6 feet, 6'1", 225 pounds, 220. You know, played for the 49ers. People didn't think he could catch the ball coming out of Nebraska, but he did. Very similar in size to Correll Buckhalter.
Of course, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, a Nebraska Cornhusker that had a great career here in the Bay Area. Well, there always seems to be a question about a back that plays in a run-oriented offense like Nebraska's, their ability to catch the football. But I heard a couple of scouts tell me about 2 weeks ago, and never doubt an option running back's ability to catch the ball, because they catch the ball a lot. They just don't catch it in pass patterns. They catch it in the pitch on the option, and that helps a lot of those deep backs that catch those pitches develop hands.
Well, that's probably true. It does help in that sense, but you get the ball coming at you differently when you're flaring out of the backfield and you're running routes down the field. Can you catch that ball when it's been in the air that long, and can you adjust to a ball that maybe is not thrown accurately and you've got a defensive back hovering around you?
You're right. It doesn't teach him how to run routes, but Buckhalter has shown he can do both this week. He can run the routes and he can make the catches. I think he's really helped himself this week.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, he is the one guy whose name comes up almost immediately as you talk to the various scouts and coaches.
3 catches, 61 yards. He's the 8th all-time leading rusher in Nebraska history, but you know, the emphasis in that offense has been on the quarterback spot the last 3 or 4 years, and he was kind of overlooked. And Buckhalter breaks outside to the 10, and Buckhalter is out of bounds. So the clock will continue to roll in the stadium and the city's future. Buckhalter dropped the ball, had to go back and get it, and now he's running for his life, and he's out of bounds. Out of Collins, Mississippi.
He's had a good week.
He has.
He's had a good week.
Rod, there's a lot of bowl games in cities that don't add up to San Francisco, and I think if they get a bowl game in this stadium and they get a nice agreement with maybe the Pac-10 or the Mountain West or conferences like that, I think it can be very successful in this park.